gonna plug in. I'm gonna plug you into my ears.
Okay.
Because my son's gonna play trumpet in a minute.
No problem.
And my daughter just got this much of her American Girl doll.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm like, did you ask her if she wanted to get her haircut? It's like, no, I didn't.
Yeah, my daughter does the same thing.
All right.
Okay, so before you even get into all the questions, I did reply to Lutz because I even said to him, I think when it gets to email back and forth, it just gets tricky. And when you talk to him, the answer is no, PayPal is not ideal for anything. But what I was trying to say is like, if there's only one product, PayPal is fine. If there's maybe one or two products, fine. You're paying for Zapier, which is $20. Anything beyond that, of course, you guys can look at like WooCommerce as an option, and then he's creating the products, and that is ideal. Because I think by email 8, he was like, I disagree. And I was like, no, I think we're actually saying the same thing. It's just there were like 8 emails talking about, so I actually just wrote back to him saying, look, this is your wheelhouse. Like, this is not mine. Like, I was just making suggestions to make it easy, considering we're trying to launch this within 2 days. And putting in WooCommerce right now is probably not the most ideal, and testing that. If you want to install WooCommerce like next week and talk to him about, I forget how much WooCommerce is, maybe anywhere between 49 maybe to 150, and talk to him about that, and then, test it out. Yes, that would be ideal. Because you probably are going to be adding on, another program or, stuff like that. So if you do talk to him, just please let him know that I'm not trying to make suggestions against what he feels.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't read the emails, honestly, because I have 20 emails.
Yes, I know. They were going back and forth, and I was like,
I need to be home at night concentrating on it. So I haven't read, so I don't know what you guys were talking about.
It was just going back on PayPal because PayPal has changed, and it was just crazy. Okay. So I just want to make sure that you know that. Okay, so let's start off with the top priority. I figured you could start with what you're concerned about or what you want to talk about, and we can back into it on the workshop.
Okay. Concerned about what?
No, I mean, as far as the workshop and...
no, for the workshop, I just wanted to see what topic I can talk about, and then kind of like the pointers, but I know like the details and stuff like that. I've never been to the venue, so I don't know. I know she told me there is a projector and it works, so I can do a PowerPoint, and I don't know my audience. I know their moms, but I don't know any of them. Like I said, this was scheduled back in October, and I only talked to the lady on the phone. So, but I want to be able to for you to tell me if there's some type of food I need to prepare for me to go shopping and prepare for it. If not, just talking, it's fine. Asking questions, engaging the audience, and whether what kind of handout to give them, or maybe like you said, maybe just give them a recipe. Simple and easy with like my logo, my name, my email, and that can be, because usually ideally people sometimes they don't take the handout, but if it's a recipe, they might want to be like, ooh, I want to try that. So that's about it. I kind of like what to say, the pointers and things that kind of
So these, I'm writing down even, I'm going to just take notes saying like workshops. One is that you do have the smoothie one. I would focus this one, if you did say with this niche, more on like weight loss and energy. So I would take the smoothie one, I would then save it as and add a few key slides, like one just about energy, one just about weight loss, and make it like 5 ways to have more energy and naturally lose weight. So I'm just going to write this. 5 ways to have more energy and lose weight. So then the flow always of a workshop is I like to introduce myself. I like to tell a short like backstory about who I am, how I got, to be where I am, even the age of my kids. And so as you're saying this, if there is a projector, great. If there is not one, I like to actually print out the PowerPoint and have that like in my hand so that I'm actually like going through the PowerPoint or the PowerPoint script. But sometimes I like to actually have the PowerPoint because it will cue me to actually see what I need to be talking about and the flow of it. Like usually between like a 25 is usually about an hour of talking or like a 20. But so if you're thinking about like a 15 slide and then having 15 minutes after of like live Q&A, that's always a nice thing. So you want to always start with like a brief, hi, my name is Denise, I started, busy mom, busy health mom because, for this reason, I was overwhelmed, I was tired, I was diagnosed, and, I had migraines, like really give them kind of like the 5 big points. Say, I work with moms who are stressed out, overwhelmed, brilliant, bold, beautiful.
Sorry, are you recording this?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to write.
Yes. And which is really like your niche. So what we've done is, which is why we've like worked kind of this last month on defining like who this is. Now it's about like implementation, like taking the niche and like going over it. So I work with like, moms, but often you moms feel crazy. You feel stressed. You're going back and forth in carpool. You're working 9 to 5s, or maybe you're at home and you're doing the typical mom schedule. You don't know what to eat, or you're finishing the mac and cheese. You're finishing your kid's plate. You feel stuffed or you feel deprived. Either way, I help moms to lose weight naturally, eat foods that give them tons of energy, and find a sustainable plan. So no matter where you are in your day or traveling or on vacation, you feel sane. And then go right into, what we are here today to talk about. And if you look down on your seat, you have a handout. So on that handout, I would take like the 5 key topics. And I would say, and also I've given you a protein ball recipe. This is my protein ball recipe I have at holidays. I have when people come over, I give to my kids, make it so that it's not just a smoothie. It's like something that is really like that, like raw, like something like chocolate, yummy, almond butter, delicioso something. And I would go through, how do you have more energy? Maybe talk about like some real key tricks, maybe adding coconut oil in like their morning coffee, like things that are real, like doable for moms. Talk about like a smoothie. What is a grab and go important ingredient to add in a smoothie? How do you have energy when you really want to grab like that coffee at the end of the day? what is like a key snack, like you with your dates? And you could even have that even there. Say, I just want to pass this around. For $5 you could buy dates. Even say, I want to pass this around. Grab this, put this in your mouth, chew this up and like see how you feel over the next 5 to 10 minutes. Do you feel energized? Do you feel like more balanced? Do you feel maybe you even want to have like a little trail mix where it's like a thing of almonds or a thing of cashews, something, or sunflower seeds, and have them take a date and like actually pass it around. So you're really like bringing yourself in, and then have like 2 points on losing weight. So you could actually use the smoothie PowerPoint, but just adding in a few slides. So take them then to the pain points. What are the pain points about like not having, not feeling good? Our mind goes. So really take it into not just physical, but like we start to not feel good. We don't want to be touched. We don't fit into our clothes. We have foggy brain. Then take it to the physical. And then, say, for many of my clients, it's, whether it's just 2 or 3 pounds or 5 pounds or 10 pounds, we don't feel good about ourselves, and then we are cranky. We are quick with our children. We don't want to go out on the date with our husband. Like really, talk about what is the solution. Well, the solution is that we start to learn how to make easy meals, quick meals. We start to know what we can eat even when we have no energy to cook. And so then you're taking them and you're talking about the Easy Weight Loss program. So this is where you have to decide, like, you can even say in there, like, there are 2 ways to change your life. One is to work with a coach. It's different from working with a registered dietitian, or it's different from buying a book. I mean, you can even say, this is what typically a lot of people do, and they don't get these long-lasting results. Or you can, work with someone like me where I look at all areas of your life. Like, so you're not dissing somebody. You're not saying like, and you can even say a new health coach never tells you how much protein to eat. We don't tell you, I don't count fats. Like, this is not what I do. And because of this, like, I believe, I don't lead people into deprivation. So like really think about like what sets you apart and what you really believe in.
Can something, like to have more energy, can I also add, like, for example, you said to add coconut oil to the morning coffee, try to have like matcha green tea, have a smoothie. Hang on a minute. Hang on. You guys?
Yeah. She can stay there. I'm fine.
Or, and then exactly like instead of grabbing the Twix bar or something that has no nutritional value to get the sugar pick-me-up, you can, kind of like.
Well, and I would even think for you, so say you have that PowerPoint. Let me just take the smoothie PowerPoint. Smoothie PowerPoint. Okay, so if we take the smoothie PowerPoint, importance of a smoothie, why blend, 5 steps. I mean, you can really talk about, here it is, like smoothies can help with the following. Like, you're really just going through, like, you're adding to this on maybe energy, and I would talk about like energy, immune boosting. Add 1 slide on energy. So I would say like energy is really important for moms because we do want to stabilize blood sugar. So in the morning, yes, coconut oil to your coffee, matcha green tea. Maybe you want to have like a kombucha. I mean, talk to them about, I mean, I don't know the niche of these people. Like, I don't know, enough people read even like Elle magazine that talks about kombucha. So you could say, like, I don't know if you know about kombucha, but kombucha is loaded with B vitamins, really good for the gut, great for immunity, especially when we have our little ones who get sick so much. So that could be one just on like tips for energy. Make sure that you're eating foods rich in B vitamins, like kefir or yogurt, or even like whole grains. Keep it like real simple. And then you could even say, and this is what you want to avoid. So you could say, this is what you want to avoid.
Okay, go.
Like, and really maybe talk even more about their avoid, like you said, like sugar, caffeine, refined carbohydrates, and get into like, how do we get into that trap? We get into that trap because we're starved for energy. So maybe come up with like, what are 10 foods that maybe you really, like, how do you keep your energy? So maybe you actually want to say like, how do I keep my energy? Because the biggest thing that you're doing when you're selling a program is you're selling your system. So you really want them to understand that like
then I should guide them through my routine, which is, wake up in the morning, have lemon water, whether later to have a green, like I have tea, or, and then later I can have a green smoothie or a green juice, or sometimes oatmeal with chia seeds and coconut sugar, and then have a salad. Like, this is my,
I mean, and you could even say, you could go through the PowerPoint and you could even say like, here is what I do. Because I think the thing about the in-between that we talked about is not everyone's going to just do chia seeds and oatmeal and dates and everything like that. I think that you can start off and say, like, this is about giving you more energy. And every one of you is different.
Right.
And my job is to meet you in a place that's doable for your life, that's easy to implement even if you have no time. So I'm teaching you how to make meals on the go. And also, for those of you who are not hungry at breakfast, this is a big one. There are so many moms that aren't hungry at breakfast, but they don't know what to do. So for those of you that aren't hungry at breakfast or don't have an appetite during the day, I'm going to teach you how to have energy even if you're not hungry and what foods to eat. So I think it's more about what you say than actually. So the one thing I would start out with, like, what you're going to talk about. And if they're not visually seeing something, then write out like who you are, what they're here to learn, the pitfalls of not having energy. Like, why do we crave sugar? Why do we crave caffeine? How to have more energy. What happens when we don't have energy? What are the health effects, side effects? Like, and what are the emotional and physical? And then, like, how do we end up gaining weight when we have no energy? Because not only do we physically crave stuff, but we end up also, our cortisol levels raise, our blood sugar gets imbalanced, and we also hold on to, our liver gets congested often. There's a lot of physical things that happen. We don't get good sleep when we have no energy. So then say, so here's my solution. Give them like your 5 top foods in the morning for energy. your 5 top solutions for energy crashes in the afternoon. Your 5 ways to naturally lose weight. And then I would say, and so many women that I work with have had massive results because I don't just believe there's this one way, to help, which is why I coach, in this way. Even though I create programs for, men and women, I believe that my job is to help you, which, is to help you ease your life and create a system that truly works for you as an individual. So your clothes is really about them knowing that when they buy this, they have a system and that they have access to you.
Okay. And then, so basically at the end, I am leading them into the work with me, right?
Well, I think for right now, I think you're leading them into a program like, hey guys, look, I have this awesome opportunity to do this program with me for only $97. You get put, you may want to think about it. Maybe this forum lasts for, a month. If we look at the calculator, say we're pushing this and you get 90, wait, we're doing it 87?
77.
77? Say we have 30 people at 77. That's 2,310. So say you want to say to everyone, yep, you're going to get me 30 days. You just made 2,310 for 30 days in a forum supporting them. They're all going to want to be like, hey, Denise, oh my God, what are we doing? So if you convert 10 of those people to your next quote-unquote program.
Okay, so I can lead them into the program even though it's not ready yet?
Well, the whole goal, he has to have this, which was the whole reason he's not working on Stackpage. He has to have this done by the time you do this. Or you're going to do this on Eventbrite.
On a what?
On Eventbrite. That was the whole reason that we said don't do a static page. And he's got to have this done by the time you do this workshop. Which is why you had said to him, just do this plain, just do this no frill, and just put a button connected to PayPal.
I know, but I don't know if it's gonna, if it doesn't happen, I want to go to Plan B.
Plan B is that you would sign them up and you would use Square on your phone, take payment, and send them manually the program, and send them the program, the daily emails. Hey, on a blind CC to them.
Okay. Do it the old-fashioned way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can also put them into the MailChimp list, but that all has to be set up.
But what about having them be on the list to get the 4-day jumpstart, to sign up to the email list?
That is fine, but ideally you're, instead of giving them a 4-day jumpstart because you're trying to push them to a 7-day easy weight loss, I would give them something else as a freebie, hey guys, I'm going to give you a shop, when you sign up for this, I'm going to give you a shopping list, because the whole point is that sorry, I'm moving around my chair. you want them to be converted to something that makes sense. So it's not like you can't convert someone from a 4-day jumpstart to a 7-day program because they're going to see the value. But you want to make sure that when you're there, you know, you could have you could have hummus, if you so desired. I mean, when you're doing this workshop, where's the setting?
It's at a church.
Okay. So, I mean...
But like I said, I think they just have presentations every month. I'm sorry, once a week they have presentations for parents, so they are always looking for speakers.
Right.
And, I think I can always, if we decide not to go that route, I can always, talk about something today on Sunday and then schedule another time with the lady, say, I can come back again and do this. But I don't know if...
I mean, what I've done also, which is inexpensive too, I've gone to Party City. I've gotten those little bags for $1 or the dollar store. Depends how many people. And I've just made a little baggie, not even with tissue paper, put my business card, put a little handout, not even on good paper, just, something that just looked pretty.
Yeah.
Explaining the program, because I don't know who doesn't read during a presentation. I usually hand out a food diary too, because during some part of my presentation, I always have people fill out a food diary. Most people, and I think I said this to you 2 sessions ago, most people, or I have them I put blank pieces of paper on the seat or in a little baggie. Most people are shocked when I say, can you write down your breakfast, your snack, your lunch, your snack, your dinner, and what you eat at night? This includes gum, candy, anything, how much you drank. They are shocked by how much they consumed, or that they didn't consume enough, or they're shocked that they didn't take time for themselves, or they're shocked that they were like, oh my God, I finished my whole kid's plate. So usually that awareness and that connection. So I think if you just, even on the seat or stapled together your business card to, a handout, I think that 7 days is plenty time for Lutz to do that, but I don't know how fast he works. And plan B would be that the page is up there and that, yes, you're taking Stripe. And if you need to come back and this one is about, smoothies, or maybe it's just about, eating healthy when you're busy, that the next one could be, about that. But I think if you start to just know what is the flow in general of a workshop, and that at the end of a workshop, you either close it out that you're bringing them to a program, or you close it out bringing them to your work with me. It's just the question of how much time do you have to see people right now. So it's just a very viable option to bring them to your program.
Okay.
And
another option right now, since I'm thinking about that, their moms, they want, because usually all the moms want to know what is the healthy snacks, that they can snack or they can give their kids. So there is a handout from IIN that I just opened, and it goes through the healthy snack list, and I can add to that. I mean, salty, creamy, crunchy, sweet. It has all the flavors.
Well, and if the moms for this are all about healthy snacks, I mean, this could also be healthy mom, healthy home. And maybe the gift to them is actually the one that you already have designed, which is, the healthy one that Dave originally had. So, I mean, that's why you're always going to have to feel your niche. Your niche is moms. Right. Your sub-niche are moms who are really concerned their kids are not eating healthy. So that's why I said originally, I don't think that's your main niche, because unless you were angry moms and that was your main mission, which I think part of you is that. But I think that you have a huge market for moms who want meal plans, moms who want shopping tours, moms who want to have parties at their house and know how to cook. I mean, because I think that's a huge part of you.
I know, and then I would have to come. I have to come up with something where moms who don't like to cook, and
right.
I was, So okay, so basically, let me review the flow. You said that first introduce myself,
Mm-hmm.
and have a little kind of like a backstory of how I got here, and then talk about the key points. Mm-hmm. So, and I know we have many ideas for a workshop, and then I can always, kind of do something and then run it by you, like create a Google Doc. Because, like, for example, like you already gave me the smoothies, and then there is the, the healthy snack list, or there is the 5 ways to have more energy and naturally lose weight.
Well, I think I already wrote, so I wrote smoothie workshop, and then there's weight loss and energy workshop. So whenever I say different ways, different ideas, I look at it simplifying, maybe like you have a weight loss and energy workshop. You could rename that in 7 different ways. Like the PowerPoints that I have, I will take a PowerPoint. Once I craft it, I'll then reshape that PowerPoint, in 10 different ways, just adding a few slides. So I would say weight loss and energy. Maybe you have a whole one on batch cooking, for busy moms. So like those could be 3 ones that you, or maybe, or immune. I'm just going to even write this. Immune boosting for moms who never want to get sick. As you sneeze. So I'm just saying one was just a name.
Yeah, and the sick one is pretty good because right now a lot of them are getting sick because of this, the cold season, and then when they get sick, they can't do anything.
But like, even if we took the smoothie one right now, if you look at the flow of the smoothie one.
Hang on, let me open it because I don't have it on. What is it under?
It's probably under your PowerPoints, but I can send it to you right now.
Oh no, I have it. I remember having it, but I don't know. Hang on, under what file it is. Under sure. Programs, maybe. No.
Well, I'll talk through it so I can see. You do the name, welcome. Why you're here, the importance of why you're here, what you're going to talk about, the key components, the problem that somebody's facing, the solution, what is your solution, and then how can you help them?
Okay. I did open it.
So like everything's always in that flow, and just like this one's about 17 slides, you're always looking at like that simple flow. So even if you saved this one and you went into this and just took out, why have more energy? When the body does not have energy that it needs, it cannot function. We cannot be happy, and we tend to experience weight gain, food allergies, angry, depression. So do you see how all of a sudden you kind of reuse? Energy 101. Pack a lot of nutrients into your morning. Easy to digest snacks. Easy to digest smoothies. So just kind of going through this.
So you're saying... Are you saying these are different ones based on this one PowerPoint?
I'm saying you come up with different ideas, but you almost look at the flow of one PowerPoint that works, and you can even from this pull out basic or the handouts that you have, add in verbiage, so you're not spending, because a PowerPoint usually takes about 3 hours to make. So you're not spending tons of time. That's what I'm saying to you. So it's like, just as you said, matcha, tea, dates, raw cacao. And, maybe if it is at church, maybe this is a different crew. Maybe it's, what are energy things that, these women would, want. And maybe what are snacks that they want for their kids to boost energy so they're not crashing and burning. So really bring value to them so they look at you and say, wow, this is really a woman that can help not only me, but my family. So I would do a handout. I think the snack one is great. I think adding your picture at the bottom and information about the program, but you also are getting the brochure that you sent me, right?
I don't know. I ordered it already, but they told the Vista print said I will get it by the 13th, so I may not get it.
Okay. So I would just take that verbiage and put it onto even a Word document, or however you sent it, to them. And then you could either get it printed out, or you could put it onto a Word document and print it out.
Okay.
Or you can even email people. I mean, the one nice thing about having it there, or having a little table, I mean, that's another little option, is that you have a table with snacks and a frame of the front, a frame of a few of the recipes from the program, a frame of, you and your kids or you and your family, a few books that you kind of base what you're about on, and even, a sign up for getting a free gift, so that you are going to send them, a free gift for them and their family.
Okay.
With a follow-up email, hey, it was great meeting you. I work with women, just like you to help, lose weight and have more energy. Right.
And I got invited, because how they explained it to me is that the presentation is, I forgot if it's 45 minutes or an hour, and then they go have dinner. And the person who runs it told me that I'm also invited to have dinner with them. And maybe that's another opportunity for me to hang out more.
Oh, yeah.
Over there, and then have them ask me questions other than what they asked me in the presentation. Because you know how sometimes someone doesn't want to speak up, but then if they see me on the side, they might be like, hey, I have a quick question for you.
I would definitely do that. I mean, the other thing is, like I said, the more opportunities that you have to meet people and to see what they want and to expose yourself. I mean, you can even say at the end, look, I have this great online program. I can also do it if somebody wants to host it at their home, or if the church allows us. I also do shopping tours for families who want to change, the way that they eat and exchange unhealthy Pringles for healthy potato chips. I'm not about this all or nothing. Really kind of feel it out when you walk in there.
Yeah, I know.
To see who is there. Do you know what I mean? And what's
right.
that vibe?
I'm just going to have to be flexible, and I'll write. Yeah, like you said, I don't know the audience. I don't.
So, and I think as long as you have your old business card, a handout, a follow-up email, and I even in the follow-up email would say, if this is right for you, or if you feel that you want to speak to me and see if this program is right for you, hit reply or here's my schedule so that we can talk. real clear so that we have, that covered, I think would be awesome. We know that we're going to, have that follow-up email ready.
Okay, so yeah, I will collect their email list, and I will ask them, if it's to add to the email list, and then you'll get a present or a gift from me. What are some of the what are some of the workshops you see me doing, other than the smoothie and the weight loss?
I mean, I think,
or just to concentrate on those.
I think immune boosting is great. I think, I think that there's a lot of the ones, like when we were talking about doing, teachers eating on the go. That's one. I think what worked for me was having 3 that were really signature that I got really good at. So for me,
that's what I want, because I want to be able to get good at them, and later I'm gonna
yes,
come up with new ones. But I think I want to know, I want to practice something, just like with cooking. You keep practicing the same thing over and over again to get it right. I mean, not right, to get it
to get comfortable. I mean,
so
I think for you, I think it goes back to I think immune is really important. I think I think energy for you. I mean, that's what you've always talked about. I think batch cooking would be really fun, one where it's kind of mason jar salads, something that would be really just kind of simple and kind of fun. That's an interactive kind of one. I mean, I don't, we've talked about this before, the acne was, a really big thing, and the headaches, but when I hear you speak, I hear more about you being passionate about changing your kids' diet versus more the mom. So if it is about kids, maybe it's the home, the family home makeover.
Yeah. Well, that's why I got into it, because I got into it for me, but then I saw the change that I was able to see.
But I think...
But I want to concentrate on, like you said, I want to concentrate on 1 or 2 for now.
I think concentrating, look, we're going into spring. I think concentrating on weight loss and energy and immune boosting are really key ones. I don't know who doesn't. And then I think focusing on the smoothies, just being
easy,
and even leading, that could be a smoothie workshop and even a challenge.
Right.
I just, a smoothie a day challenge, and they get, they win a free session with you. So I would think about immune boosting foods, immune boosting tricks, same thing, energy, and it can be really simple. Energy foods, weight loss tips, and then just have a handout for each. And the classes, these can be workshops, but each one of those can be classes. So when I think about your classes, this can be a cooking class. This can also be, shopping tours.
And then, I know this one I scheduled it without even thinking about it because, someone came to me. Mm-hmm. But now how do I go and then look for people? So I do workshops. Like I said, I do have, I told you, I have a friend who's an acupuncturist, and I've done workshops at her place, but no one showed up. But I want to know, I want to be able to find these places and go to them and then do the stuff. So who do I go to? What do I say?
So the biggest is that's where your workshop name comes in. That's where, I know for you, that's where you're I'm inspired to have a family home. But the mom is always inspired to think, what's going to benefit her. So even if you had like a workshop on like, I'm even going to put this, like great foods for like younger skin. I don't know who wouldn't want that as a woman. When you get the names for your workshops, that's when you go. I actually just wrote a referral letter today for one of the programs. That's when you go and you actually can walk into some of these places, say, you know, look, this is my business card. I'm a health coach. I'm a mom. You know, I struggled with migraines and, you know, XYZ for the longest time. I do these workshops. I also have an online program or online programs that serve people who, you know, want to get off processed foods, learn how to educate themselves so that they are not confused about what to eat, learn how to ditch the whole diet mentality. And I wanted to know if you'd be interested in hosting a workshop at your, you know, facility. This would benefit you in the following ways. So some of them, you're even just walking into yoga places, gyms. I mean, you really have to look at what they do as a specialty there and how that would fit in with them. So if it was a yoga place, maybe it would be more like immune boosting because that would kind of fit with them. If it was a spa, maybe it would be more about like a fun smoothie workshop or great foods for younger skin. Like, you always have to kind of think about what they do.
Okay.
You know, an acupuncturist.
Like a gym would be a weight loss.
What?
A gym and a
gym probably weight loss. Yeah, and like the acupuncturist, you know, maybe you actually say to the acupuncturist, look, you know, what are your clients really looking for? I mean, I know eating with the seasons is really important. Would you be interested in offering a weight loss program, but really talking about maybe you talking for a little about how important acupuncture is, and then me talking about weight loss, and then having you really research from a Chinese perspective, because weight gain in a Chinese perspective is about the fact that the kidneys are weak and the liver is overworked. Okay. So like really actually before you go in and talk to her, say, you know, I was doing some research and it's really interesting how weight gain happens for those, you know, would you be interested in really speaking to your tribe, your community about this and working in collaboration with me? I would give you 30% and really actually talking to her, like having that conversation about being a partner in this. So that you're, so
and
that
the same goes with a fitness instructor.
Yeah, you know, if you know somebody in fitness, say, you know, look, would you be interested in running a weight loss program with me? You know, of course, have them sign an NDA before because
What's that?
A non-disclosure agreement, like them saying this is your program. But the whole idea of you doing these workshops, even if you start doing lives, I mean, Denise, this is the point where you start building yourself as an authority. You have the workshop coming up. You want to start getting these workshops and a few handouts where you're just making them cute, you know, so that you can go and start even doing a few lives, saying a Saturday at 9 o'clock, hey guys, you know, you're busting into my kitchen this morning. It's energy day. You know, I'm going to be talking about some energy smoothies for all you moms out there that have no energy, and we need energy on the weekend, you know, because this is not our chill time. This is our kids, and start really speaking to them in that way. So maybe you decide that you want to do a live, you know, Wednesday morning and Saturday morning. And letting them know, like, this is what you're about. And say, you know, guys, you know, for the longest time, you know, I've been working with moms who are zapped with their energy. So here's the smoothie. If you want to get on my list, you know, on my newsletter list, like not only do you get a 4-day jump start, but every third Thursday of the month, I send out like my top 3 recipes. Like really start reeling them in and giving them structure. I'm actually going to write that down. So that we're like structuring, and again, kind of what we were saying before, like teaching them to buy.
All right.
Teaching them. So a strategy of teaching them to buy is that, you know, if you had another, maybe it's not the 4-day jumpstart, maybe it's another opt-in freebie that is of a low girth that you charge $7, and you're like, hey, if you really love, let's just say skinny black dress, you really love this skinny black dress, that is $7 or $5. Imagine this was like not even an eighth of what it's like to have my, you know, my whole program, my easy weight loss. So get that, but like here, sign up for the real full enchilada without cheese and sour cream. So like you're training them to click for $5 because $5 is $5. And then you're training them, okay, well, I just got that. Wow, I was really happy. She put me, you know, she gave me this love, she nurtured, she followed up with me. And then they're trained to then hit that weight loss button.
Right. Okay.
Do you know what I mean? That's what Lutz was saying about like training people. You have to train somebody to know that maybe the 3rd month they are getting some, like just like Elizabeth Ryder, there's always a recipe. So if you're a recipe lover, you know that every time she sends out a newsletter, there is a recipe in there. But you also know about her life. So with these workshops, you really want to think about like, you know, it's a weight loss and energy, or maybe it's immune boosting and hormones, or maybe it's great foods to banish cellulite. I don't know who wouldn't want, and these, again, that's all under your niche. Does that make sense?
Totally. Now, my question to you is, you know, like I haven't been in this field for a while. Like, how do I get all this information? I don't have everything from IIN, and I don't like have everything. Because I know sometimes like you know the content because you've worked with so many people, but I haven't. And I know I have a lot of content from IIN. So, like, what is your advice to that?
So my advice is I wrote down like all of these workshops. That's why I'm telling you, only think about 2. Like, don't get yourself caught up in the, oh my God, I need to have everything.
Yeah.
Focus on 2. I think your biggest ones is weight loss and energy. I think another big one for you is probably immune boosting. I would say in the spring, maybe April, then add. So I'm going to put like a star next to the ones that I think for right now. Immune boosting, like, and we can go over this over the next month. You know, I can show you how to do this, and we can work on the weight loss one over this next week. I wouldn't say it's simple. Like, I know how to pull together a PowerPoint, but there's so much information between all those IN handouts, and people don't need. I made the mistake of giving so much information. You know this, Denise.
Yeah. No,
so it's really that the PowerPoint.
Because if I give them 100, they're only going to get like 10 and 20. I know how it is. So that's why I give less and you, Basically, I give the importance.
Yes, like the energy foods. What are the tips for, you know, really for women who cannot lose weight and who've tried everything? Because what you're teaching them is this new way of approaching weight loss. That's, I think, the biggest thing that somebody needs to hear. Like, so what's so different about this? I'm teaching you a new way of approaching weight loss. I'm teaching you how to not starve your body of energy that you need to lose weight. And so then we have a handout, and yes, we can look at a handout, whether it's like how to slow down or top snacks. Then, yes, then as you start to, go further in your practice, you're building up the PowerPoints and you're getting them. But for right now, you're focusing on blogging once a week, which you do easily. You're focusing on doing a live stream, I would say like Tuesday morning at your probably 7 o'clock while the kids are running around crazy, showing people real life. Like, hey, I'm packing, a lunch for the kids, and this is what I drink in the morning for my energy. Or whatever time that's what you do, you want to start showing people like your real life.
Right.
That is the difference between breaking into an online space or not.
Okay.
And then doing the same on Saturday. And maybe even on Sunday doing it at like 7 or something like around that time so that you hit a different time crowd. And you're saying like, guys, like we all need energy to go into our week as busy moms. So that you're hitting people, and you're also, by doing that, you are testing your market. You're going to see what people are pulling, and if you're doing this on your personal, you're not selling to them. You're saying, I'm so excited to like really be rebirthing my business. I took time this year to really be with my family, like however you want to rephrase it. Took time to be with my family. I'm really excited to be launching my business. And so on your personal page, you're sharing the story. I'm excited to be launching this weight loss program, because I'm redefining weight loss. I'm so sick of people suffering who think they need to be in deprivation because they don't. So if you want to like check out all the great stuff, go to my business page. Like my kids are going to be like in every live stream, like whatever you want to say. That's
right.
what you're going to be focusing on.
Right. And so will those be on my personal?
That will be on your personal.
Because I used to go live on my Facebook page. Okay.
So right now, actually, you have a good amount of traction on your business page, correct?
I do. I don't have a whole lot of engagement. I mean, I do have 5,000 followers, but they don't engage as much. I have the same people engaging, so it's kind of like.
So I would test it out where like maybe you're on your personal on a Tuesday, but you're on your business on a Saturday. And you might need to double dip.
So my question to you though, like when do I make a Facebook? Because I know that it's like when you have a Facebook group that's not for the paid, this is the weight loss program, but to kind of establish authority and stuff like that. Like when do I create the free one, or not right now?
I would say we create the free. I mean, the goal is to get the free one, but I see so many coaches do that too early, and then they're just posting there. I would love to see engagement where people are signing up for your opt-in freebies, where we have like 500 people on your list. Like we're right now at 71, I think. And I would like to see like 500 where you can say, hey guys, I'm really excited. Join this free group.
Got it.
You know, and that where we also have more than one offering. Where we're not just like, hey, we've got a weight loss program. It's like, hey, we've got a weight loss program, and then, I have this really amazing opportunity that if you can't get off sugar or like whatever that next thing is for them.
Okay.
Because the whole point of a free group is leading them somewhere.
Right. So what is another program that you recommend for me and mine? It's like, I know that it's the Easy Weight Loss was the first one. What is another one that you recommend? And then maybe going into the spring and, kind of early summer.
I mean, I think for you, the next would be to have a longer program that you can keep moms in, because I think moms kind of go back and forth. I think that they're good one week I think looking at sugar for you, I mean, I believe that in the core of who you are, gut is a big thing. But I think online, gut is not as easy to sell. I think sugar for every busy mom is a huge pain. I really do. And I think adrenal fatigue is a huge pain. And I think the more that you talk about this and talk about adrenal fatigue and talk about, God, yeah, it's like what happens when we just are fried. And almost, and I'm not saying to not step away from the food, but I think the more that you talk about like really the actual pain points, like, do you have adrenal fatigue? Are you waking up, in the morning and all you want to do is freaking eat sugar? And you're drinking coffee all day and yet you're zonked.
Yeah. I totally, and then, yeah.
So it isn't just the weight loss. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I think it's weight loss, it's adrenal fatigue, it's exhaustion, and it's irritation. And I think it's also moms who feel freaking depressed.
Yeah. And then also, like, I also want to, and I've done it before. Every time I go on live stream, I've shared my mistakes too. So, like, I also don't want people to view me, because at the beginning, a lot of my friends viewed me as perfect. We have, like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not. And then I always shared with them that, no, like, I sometimes binge, like, every time I shared it on my blog that I didn't prepare well, I felt hungry, so I went into my coworker's cabinet and got some pretzels. So, and that's normal because we all do it. So,
well, and I
think to show the vulnerability.
I think to say, like, and to really make that clear that, like, if you don't, just like a fitness instructor would say, if you don't prep, like for anybody, if you don't prep, like, you put yourself in the line of fire for feeling tired, for a binge, for just eating crap. And that's your favorite word. So what I would like us to do is, one, let's find out the estimated date that Lutz believes that sales page will get done. Tell them, like, this doesn't have to be, like, this should be simple, everything. That's number one. Number two, let's together see which handout of, like, the IN, let me just pull up IN 6-month resources handout. I mean, you could even do one on cravings. I mean, I'm going to do energetics of food. That gets a little crazy.
No, they do have the cravings one. They have
healthy snack list.
Healthy
sweet
snack list.
Sensation.
They also have the top 10 weight loss tips, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's adrenal fatigue. There's a few different ones. There's mindful eating. But I think it needs to be a little more clear. Like, there's portions out of control. I mean, there are a few different ones. I think let's decide which one you're going to give. And it can just be, it doesn't have to be, like I said, super like gorge, even though I know you love that. Just has to be like clear with like your info, your card. And it sounds like this one's relaxed, which it sounds like it's a really good opportunity. You're going to be eating dinner after with them. I mean, it sounds like it's a great opportunity for you to like feel what it's like, and then we can go through the flow of a script. And I think if I remember, IN even has a script.
They do have scripts, but on one of them was on sugar, and they do have I think they have an weight loss one. Let me see.
So let's even look at that and see if there's something that
they have it under. I think they have it under teaching classes, workshops. They have sugar. They have the basics, sugar blues, eating for energy. Oh my God, they have eating for energy.
I have to find. I don't know if I have that.
They do. They have eating for energy, increase your energy.
Yeah, so I would look at that because I don't think you have to go into freak out mode because this one's not a PowerPoint.
It's right there.
It's right there. Yep.
There's 10 points. Reduce, eliminate caffeine, drink water, eat dark meat.
But then add in some that are really good. You know what I mean? Like they have very basic ones. So I would...
Yeah.
And then we can take this one, since we have it, and then make a little handout from this with your information and then close them into that. And then while you're at dinner, answer their questions and get them signed up.
Okay.
And you may there want to actually sign them up via, Square. So have that on your phone so that you can get them and say, hey guys, here's a special price, and maybe we do think about increasing the price actually to $87, and not $77.
Okay.
I know it's only $10, but
Yeah. No. I'm not talking about the price. The only thing is just like, and tell me if it becomes easy, like, with the whole, I have to send this to Dave and I have to wait for him to be done, and Dave isn't done, and then I have to send this to Lutz, and then wait, and Lutz isn't done, and it's like, is it like that in the workforce?
It's always like that. You should see how, I have to scream at people.
Okay.
But you do have to send an email to Dave and say, I am on a deadline, and you do have to send an email to Lutz and say, Lutz, I know you want to make this perfect, which I send to my people all the time, but say, look, I've got a workshop by this day. This has to be done. We have to be testing by the 11th.
Okay. Yes.
And say, if you do need help from a virtual assistant on the emails, I need you to tell me today, which is why we had this conversation 7 days ago.
Right.
Because he does great work, which means he's kind of a perfectionist like one of my designers. So if he needs that extra support to have somebody come in while he's working on the page, he's got to speak up now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just have to email, and Dave will then go in and say, okay, well, I'm not going to do maybe what, and they'll make their...
No, I told them. I sent him a Facebook message yesterday. I'm like, are you alive? I need you to be alive.
And you know what? This is the thing, Denise. If it comes down to it, we'll get the covers made by somebody else, and we'll know that in the next 48 hours, and you'll send the program how it is with the covers made by somebody else. And it will be done. Trust me, I deal with this stuff all the time on my own launches. All right? So don't freak out. Either way, it's going to be done by the time you have, and we'll make that decision in the next 48 hours. All right?
All right, my dear. Thank you.